The curious little bunny in a quiet meadow, surrounded by tall trees and colorful flowers, lived a small bunny named Benny. Benny wasn't like the other bunnies. While they loved hopping and nibbling on carrots, Benny loved something else even more, asking questions. His eyes sparkled with curiosity, and his ears perked up at the slightest hint of something new. One bright morning, after a night of gentle rain, Benny hopped out of his cozy burrow and noticed something incredible in the sky. A shimmering rainbow arched high above the meadow, glowing with brilliant colors. Benny's nose twitched with excitement. What makes a rainbow? He wondered aloud. His tiny heart filled with wonder, and he just had to know the answer. Determined to solve the mystery, Benny began hopping through the meadow in search of answers. His first stop was at the pond, where Mr. Toad was sunbathing on a lily pad. "Mr. Toad, do you know what makes a rainbow?" Benny asked, tilting his head. Mr. Toad opened one eye lazily and croaked, "Ah, Benny, a rainbow comes from magic, nature's magic. It appears when the rain and sun decide to dance together." Benny's eyes widened. "A dance between the rain and the sun? That sounds beautiful." But something in Benny still wanted more than just magic. He needed to understand better. So, Benny hopped along further, the gentle breeze ruffling his fur, until he spotted Mrs. Squirrel, busy gathering acorns. "Mrs. Squirrel!" Benny called out, bouncing up to her. "Do you know what makes a rainbow?" Mrs. Squirrel paused, holding an acorn in her paws. "Oh, Benny! Rainbows are special gifts from the clouds when they've finished showering us with rain. The sun shines through the raindrops, and they turn into colors." Benny's nose twitched even more. "The sun shines through raindrops, like when light shines through the water in my pond." Mrs. Squirrel nodded. "Exactly, Benny. Every little droplet of rain has a color hidden inside, and when the sunlight touches it, the colors burst out for all to see." Benny's heart raced with excitement. He was getting closer to understanding, but he had one more question. Is a rainbow a message from the rain and the sun? Feeling even more curious, Benny decided to visit the wisest creature in the meadow, the great owl, who lived in the tallest tree near. The sun was setting by the time Benny reached the great owl's tree. The sky turned golden, and the rainbow still lingered, faint but magical. Benny looked up at the enormous oak tree and called out, "Great owl! Great owl!" From the shadows of the tree's branches, the great owl slowly opened her eyes and blinked down at Benny. "Ah, young Benny, what brings you here at this hour?" "I've been asking everyone about the rainbow," Benny explained breathlessly. "Mr. Toad said it's magic, and Mrs. Squirrel said it's sunlight shining through raindrops. But I need to know, why do the rain and the sun create such beauty together?" The great owl spread her wings and swooped down to a low branch, her feathers glowing in the fading light. She gazed at Benny with wise, kind eyes. "Rainbows are indeed magic, Benny," she said softly. "But not just any kind of magic. They are a reminder that even after the storm, there is beauty. The rain and the sun work together to create something that shows us there's always hope, always something beautiful to look forward to." Benny's heart swelled with understanding. "So, the rainbow is like a message, a promise that after the rain, the sun will shine again." The great owl nodded. "Yes, little one. Just like how friends help each other through tough times, The sun helps the rain turn into something beautiful. And remember, Benny, sometimes we need both the rain to help things grow and the sun to show us the colors of life. As the great owl's words sank in, Benny looked up at the sky, where the last hints of the rainbow shimmered softly. He smiled, feeling warm and happy inside. The rainbow was more than just colors. It was a symbol of working together, of hope, and of the beauty that can come from even the stormiest times. From that day on, Benny not only asked questions but also helped his friends whenever they needed him. He wanted to be like the sun that helps the rain make rainbows, bright and full of kindness. And every time Benny saw a rainbow, he would pause and remember the magic of working together, the beauty of hope, and the promise of something wonderful after the rain. The end.